Ladies and gentlemen, life is a journey, and as we age, wisdom becomes our greatest companion. After 65, peace becomes the ultimate treasure. But peace isn't just about what you do, it's about what you don't say. There are secrets, truths, and pieces of your life that are better left unspoken, not out of deceit, but out of love, respect, and the pursuit of harmony. Your financial details are one of the most sensitive and personal aspects of your life, especially as you age. After 65, maintaining financial privacy becomes crucial for preserving harmony within your family and ensuring your own peace of mind. While it may feel natural to share everything with your loved ones, discussing the specifics of your savings, investments, or debts can lead to unintended consequences. Money has a unique way of influencing relationships, often bringing out emotions like envy, judgment, or even entitlement. By keeping your financial matters private, you protect yourself from unnecessary stress and maintain control over your own decisions. One of the primary reasons to avoid sharing financial details is to prevent family members from forming expectations or making assumptions about your wealth. For instance, if you reveal the exact amount of your retirement savings or the value of your assets, it might lead to pressure from loved ones who may expect financial support or gifts. This can create tension, especially if you have specific plans for your money, such as leaving it as an inheritance or using it to fund your own needs in later years. By keeping this information to yourself, you avoid placing yourself in a position where you feel obligated to meet others' expectations. Another reason to maintain financial privacy is to protect your relationships from potential conflicts. Money is often a contentious topic, and even the closest families can experience strain when financial matters are brought into the open. For example, if you disclose how much you've set aside for each child or grandchild in your will, it could lead to comparisons, jealousy, or even arguments. Similarly, sharing details about your debts or financial struggles might invite unsolicited advice or criticism, which can be frustrating and counterproductive. By keeping these matters private, you reduce the risk of misunderstandings and preserve the emotional bonds that matter most. Additionally, oversharing your financial situation can make you vulnerable to manipulation or exploitation. Unfortunately, not everyone has your best interests at heart, and revealing too much about your finances could attract unwanted attention from those who might see an opportunity to take advantage. This is especially important in an age where scams targeting seniors are increasingly common. By maintaining discretion, you safeguard yourself from potential financial harm and ensure that your resources are used according to your own wishes. Furthermore, financial privacy allows you to maintain a sense of independence and dignity. As you age, it's natural for family members to become more involved in your life, but this doesn't mean you have to relinquish control over your financial decisions. By keeping your financial details to yourself, you retain the freedom to manage your money as you see fit, without interference or judgment. This sense of autonomy is essential for your confidence and well-being, allowing you to live life on your own terms. Finally, financial privacy helps you avoid unnecessary worry for your loved ones. While it's important to share significant financial decisions or concerns with those who need to know, oversharing every detail can lead to anxiety and stress for your family. For example, if you constantly discuss your financial worries or uncertainties, it might cause your loved ones to feel burdened or overwhelmed. By being selective about what you share, you protect both your peace of mind and theirs. In essence, your financial details are a deeply personal matter that should be handled with care. By maintaining privacy, you protect your relationships, preserve your independence, and ensure that your financial decisions remain your own. This approach not only fosters harmony within your family, but also allows you to enjoy the peace and tranquility that come with a well-managed and private financial life. Past regrets and mistakes are an inevitable part of life, and as you grow older, they often weigh heavily on your mind. However, after the age of 65, it becomes increasingly important to carefully consider what you share about these experiences with your family. While it may feel cathartic to open up about your past, revisiting old regrets or mistakes can sometimes do more harm than good. The key is to strike a balance between honesty and discretion, ensuring that your reflections contribute to your peace of mind rather than stirring up unnecessary emotions or conflicts. One of the main reasons to avoid sharing past regrets and mistakes is that doing so can reopen old wounds for both you and your loved ones. The past is often filled with moments of pain, disappointment, or poor decisions, and bringing these up can reignite feelings of guilt, shame, or resentment. For example, if you dwell on a career choice you regret or a relationship that went wrong, it might lead to feelings of inadequacy or sadness. Similarly, if you share mistakes that involved other family members, it could remind them of their own pain or unresolved issues. By keeping these reflections to yourself, you allow the past to remain where it belongs, in the past, while focusing on the present and future. Another reason to be cautious about sharing past regrets is that it can alter the way your family sees you. As you age, your loved ones often look to you for wisdom, stability, and guidance. Constantly revisiting your mistakes or expressing regret about your life choices might undermine their perception of you as a role model. This doesn't mean you should pretend to be perfect, but rather that you should focus on the lessons you've learned rather than the mistakes themselves. By doing so, you can inspire your family with your resilience and growth rather than burdening them with your regrets. Additionally, sharing too much about past mistakes can create unnecessary tension or conflict within your family. For instance, if you reveal regrets about how you raised your children or handle certain family situations, it might lead to feelings of guilt or defensiveness on their part. They may feel compelled to reassure you or conversely, to confront you about their own unresolved feelings. This can disrupt the harmony you've worked hard to build over the years. By choosing to let go of these regrets and focusing on the positive aspects of your relationships, you foster a more peaceful and supportive family dynamic. Moreover, dwelling on past mistakes can prevent you from fully enjoying the present. Life after 65 is a time to savor the moments you have with your loved ones, to appreciate the wisdom you gained, and to focus on the things that bring you joy. Constantly revisiting regrets can keep you stuck in a cycle of negativity, making it difficult to move forward. By keeping these thoughts to yourself, you free up mental and emotional space to focus on the present and to create new, positive memories with your family. It's also worth considering that not all regrets need to be shared, because they may no longer hold relevance. Many of the mistakes you made in the past were likely the result of circumstances, limited knowledge, or the best decisions you could make at the time. Holding on to them and sharing them with your family might only serve to magnify their importance, when in reality they are simply part of the journey that has shaped you into the person you are today. By letting go of the need to confess or explain every regret, you allow yourself and your family to focus on the strengths and accomplishments that define your life. Finally, sharing past regrets can sometimes lead to unintended consequences, such as influencing the decisions of younger family members. For example, if you express regret about a career path you chose, it might discourage a grandchild from pursuing a similar dream. Your regrets are your own, and they may not apply to others' lives or circumstances. By keeping these reflections private, you allow your family members to make their own choices without being weighed down by your experiences. In essence, while it's natural to reflect on past regrets and mistakes as you age, it's important to be mindful of how and when you share these thoughts with your family. By focusing on the lessons learned and the positive aspects of your life, you can maintain a sense of peace and harmony, both within yourself and within your relationships. Letting go of the past allows you to fully embrace the present and enjoy the time you have with your loved ones, free from the weight of regret. Favoritism among family members is a delicate and often unspoken issue that can have profound effects on relationships, especially as you age. After 65, maintaining harmony within your family becomes a priority, and how you navigate the dynamics of favoritism can significantly impact the peace and stability of your household. While it's natural to feel closer to certain family members due to shared interests, personalities, or life experiences, openly displaying favoritism can lead to resentment, jealousy, and long-lasting rifts. To ensure a peaceful life, it's essential to be mindful of how you express your affections and to treat each family member with fairness and respect. One of the primary reasons to avoid showing favoritism is that it can create feelings of inadequacy and hurt among those who feel overlooked. Whether it's a child, grandchild, or even a sibling, perceiving that they are less favored can lead to deep emotional wounds. For example, if you consistently spend more time with one grandchild or praise them more openly, their siblings may feel neglected or unimportant. These feelings can fester over time, leading to strained relationships and even conflicts within the family. By making a conscious effort to treat everyone equally, you help foster a sense of belonging and value for each family member. Another reason to avoid favoritism is that it can disrupt the overall family dynamic. Families thrive on unity and mutual support, and when favoritism becomes apparent, it can create divisions and factions. For instance, if you openly favor one child over another, it might lead to competition or tension between siblings. This can extend to future generations, as grandchildren may pick up on these dynamics and carry them forward. By maintaining a balanced and fair approach, you encourage a sense of solidarity and cooperation within the family, which is essential for long-term harmony. Favoritism can also have unintended consequences on the favored individual. While it might seem like a positive thing to show extra affection or attention to one person, it can place undue pressure on them. They may feel burdened by the expectation to live up to your praise, or become anxious about maintaining their special status. Additionally, they might feel guilty or uncomfortable if they sense that their siblings or other family members are being treated unfairly. By avoiding favoritism, you allow each person to thrive without the weight of comparison or expectation. Moreover, favoritism can distort your own perspective and prevent you from fully appreciating the unique qualities of each family member. When you focus too much on one person, you may overlook the strengths, talents, and contributions of others. Every individual brings something special to the family, and by treating everyone equally, you open yourself up to deeper connections and a richer understanding of those around you. This not only strengthens your relationships, but also enriches your own life as you learn to appreciate the diversity within your family. It's also important to recognize that favoritism can stem from unconscious biases or past experiences. For example, you might feel closer to a child who shares your interests or reminds you of yourself, while unintentionally distancing yourself from someone whose personality or choices differ from your own. Being aware of these tendencies allows you to make a conscious effort to overcome them and to approach each relationship with fairness and openness. By doing so, you demonstrate emotional maturity and set a positive example for your family. Finally, avoiding favoritism helps you build a legacy of love and fairness that will endure for generations. The way you treat your family members sets the tone for how they will treat one another and how they will raise their own families. By modeling equality and respect, you create a foundation of trust and unity that will strengthen your family long after you're gone. This legacy is one of the most meaningful gifts you can leave behind. In essence, while it's natural to feel closer to certain family members, openly displaying favoritism can have far-reaching consequences. By treating everyone with fairness, respect, and equal affection, you foster a sense of harmony and unity within your family. This not only ensures your own peace of mind, but also creates a supportive and loving environment where every member feels valued and appreciated. Avoiding favoritism is a small but powerful step toward building a family that thrives on mutual respect and unconditional love. Health concerns are an inevitable part of aging, and after 65, managing them becomes a central aspect of daily life. While it's important to keep your loved ones informed about significant health issues, not every detail needs to be shared. Oversharing about your health can lead to unnecessary worry, overbearing interference, or even strained relationships. Striking the right balance between transparency and discretion is key to maintaining your peace of mind and ensuring that your family dynamics remain harmonious. By being selective about what you share, you can protect both your own well-being and the emotional equilibrium of those around you. One of the main reasons to avoid oversharing about your health concerns is to prevent causing undue stress or anxiety for your family. Loved ones naturally care about your well-being, and hearing about every ache, pain, or medical appointment can make them feel helpless or overwhelmed. For example, if you constantly discuss minor health issues or speculate about worst-case scenarios, it might lead to unnecessary panic or constant checking in, which can be exhausting for both you and them. By focusing on the bigger picture and only sharing what's truly important, you allow your family to support you without being burdened by excessive worry. Another reason to be cautious about sharing health details is to maintain your sense of independence and dignity. As you age, it's common for family members to become more involved in your life, but this doesn't mean you have to relinquish control over your personal health decisions. Oversharing can sometimes invite unsolicited advice or pressure to follow certain treatments, which may not align with your preferences or values. By keeping some aspects of your health private, you retain the autonomy to make decisions that feel right for you without feeling influenced or judged by others. Additionally, oversharing about your health can sometimes lead to strained relationships, especially if family members have differing opinions about how you should manage your care. For instance, if you reveal every detail of a diagnosis or treatment plan, it might spark debates or disagreements among your loved ones about the best course of action. This can create tension and make an already challenging situation even more difficult. By being selective about what you share, you reduce the risk of conflicts and ensure that your health remains a personal matter rather than a source of family discord. Moreover, constantly discussing your health concerns can shift the focus of your relationships away from meaningful connections and toward your medical issues. While it's important to seek support when needed, it's equally important to maintain a sense of normalcy and joy in your interactions with loved ones. If every conversation revolves around your health, it can become draining for both you and your family. By keeping some details private, you create space for conversations about shared interests, memories, and future plans, which can strengthen your relationships and bring positivity into your life. It's also worth considering that not all health concerns need to be shared because they may be temporary or manageable. For example, minor aches, routine checkups, or common age issues may not require detailed explanations. Sharing every detail can sometimes magnify the significance of these concerns, making them seem more serious than they are. By focusing on the bigger picture and only discussing significant or ongoing issues, you help your family maintain a balanced perspective and avoid unnecessary alarm. Finally, maintaining some privacy around your health allows you to protect your emotional well-being. Constantly talking about your health concerns can keep you in a state of worry or negativity, making it harder to focus on the positive aspects of your life. By being mindful of what you share, you create mental and emotional space to focus on gratitude, joy, and the things that bring you fulfillment. This not only benefits you, but also sets a positive tone for your interactions with loved ones. In essence, while it's important to keep your family informed about significant health concerns, oversharing can lead to unnecessary stress, strained relationships, and a loss of independence. By being selective about what you share, you protect both your own peace of mind and the emotional well-being of your loved ones. This approach allows you to maintain a sense of dignity, autonomy, and positivity, ensuring that your relationships remain strong and supportive as you navigate the challenges of aging. Balancing transparency with discretion is a powerful way to foster harmony and preserve the joy in your life. Your will or inheritance plans are among the most sensitive and consequential matters you'll handle as you age. Particularly after 65, while it's important to ensure your affairs are in order, sharing too much about your will or inheritance plans with your family can lead to unnecessary tension, misunderstandings, and even conflict. The decisions you make about your estate are deeply personal and should be approached with care and discretion. By keeping these details private until the appropriate time, you can protect your family's harmony and ensure that your wishes are carried out without interference or resentment. One of the primary reasons to avoid sharing your will or inheritance plans is to prevent feelings of jealousy or competition among family members. Money and assets have a way of bringing out complex emotions, and even the closest families can experience strain when inheritance details are revealed prematurely. For example, if you disclose that one child will receive a larger share or a specific asset, it might lead to hurt feelings or accusations of favoritism. These emotions can fester over time, creating rifts that may be difficult to repair. By keeping your plans confidential, you allow your family to focus on their relationships with you and with each other rather than on what they stand to gain or lose. Another reason to maintain privacy around your will is to protect yourself from undue influence or pressure. Once your family knows the details of your inheritance plans, they may feel compelled to try to change your mind or advocate for their own interests. This can create an uncomfortable dynamic where you feel pressured to justify your decisions or make adjustments to avoid conflict. By keeping your plans private, you retain full control over your decisions and ensure that they reflect your true wishes, free from external influence. Additionally, sharing too much about your will can lead to misunderstandings or unrealistic expectations. Family members may misinterpret your intentions or assume that certain assets are guaranteed to them, only to feel disappointed or betrayed if your plans change. Life is unpredictable, and your financial situation or personal circumstances may evolve over time, requiring adjustments to your estate plans. By keeping these details private, you avoid setting expectations that may not be met, which can help preserve trust and goodwill within your family. Moreover, discussing your will or inheritance plans openly can sometimes shift the focus of your relationships with your family. Instead of enjoying meaningful time together, conversations may become dominated by financial matters or speculation about the future. This can create a transactional dynamic where family members are more focused on what they stand to inherit than on the quality of their relationship with you. By keeping your plans private, you encourage your loved ones to value you for who you are rather than for what you can provide. It's also important to recognize that your will and inheritance plans are deeply personal decisions that reflect your values, priorities, and life experiences. These decisions may involve complex considerations, such as providing for a spouse, supporting a charitable cause, or addressing the unique needs of individual family members. Sharing too much about these plans can invite judgment or criticism, even from well-meaning loved ones. By keeping these matters private, you protect yourself from unnecessary scrutiny and ensure that your decisions remain your own. Finally, maintaining privacy around your will allows you to preserve a sense of dignity and control over your legacy. Your estate plans are a reflection of your life's work and the values you hold dear. By keeping these details confidential, you ensure that your legacy is communicated in the way you choose, at the appropriate time. This approach not only protects your family's harmony, but also allows you to leave behind a legacy that is true to your intentions and free from the complications of premature disclosure. In essence, while it's important to have a clear and well-considered will, sharing too much about your inheritance plans with your family can lead to tension, misunderstandings, and conflict. By keeping these details private, you protect your family's relationships, maintain control over your decisions, and ensure that your wishes are carried out with integrity. This approach allows you to focus on enjoying your time with loved ones, knowing that your legacy will be handled with care and respect when the time comes. Balancing transparency with discretion is a powerful way to preserve harmony and leave behind a meaningful and lasting legacy. Personal opinions about the lives of your family members are often best kept to yourself, especially after the age of 65. As you grow older, the desire to guide and advise your loved ones can be strong, but it's important to recognize that everyone's journey is their own. Offering unsolicited opinions about their choices, whether it's their career, relationships, parenting style, or lifestyle, can lead to tension, resentment, and even conflict. By practicing restraint and focusing on support rather than criticism, you can maintain harmonious relationships and foster an environment of mutual respect and understanding. One of the main reasons to avoid sharing personal opinions about your family members' lives is to respect their autonomy and individuality. Each person has the right to make their own decisions and learn from their own experiences, just as you did in your younger years. When you offer unsolicited advice or criticism, it can come across as dismissive of their ability to navigate their own path. For example, if you express disapproval of a career choice or a romantic relationship, it might make them feel judged or undervalued. By stepping back and allowing them to make their own choices, you show that you trust and respect their judgment, which strengthens your relationship. Another reason to be cautious about sharing personal opinions is that it can create unnecessary tension or conflict within the family. Family dynamics are often complex, and even well-intentioned comments can be misinterpreted or taken personally. For instance, if you criticize a child's parenting style or a grandchild's life choices, it might lead to defensiveness or arguments. These conflicts can linger and create long-term rifts, making it difficult to maintain a peaceful and supportive family environment. By choosing to focus on positive and constructive conversations, you help preserve the harmony that is so important in later life. Additionally, offering unsolicited opinions can sometimes strain your relationships by making your loved ones feel as though they need to seek your approval. This can create a dynamic where they are hesitant to share their true thoughts or experiences with you, fearing judgment or criticism. Over time, this can lead to a sense of distance or disconnect, which is the opposite of what most people want in their family relationships. By creating a space where your loved ones feel accepted and supported, you encourage open and honest communication, which is the foundation of strong and meaningful connections. Moreover, it's important to recognize that times have changed, and what worked for you may not necessarily apply to the lives of your family members. The world is constantly evolving, and younger generations face unique challenges and opportunities that are different from those you encountered. By refraining from imposing your opinions, you allow your loved ones to adapt to their own circumstances and make decisions that are right for them. This doesn't mean you can't offer guidance when asked, but it does mean being mindful of the context and timing of your input. It's also worth considering that your personal opinions may be influenced by your own biases, experiences, or regrets. For example, if you regret a decision you made in your own life, you might project those feelings onto your family members, urging them to take a different path. While this may come from a place of love, it can be unfair to expect them to live according to your unfulfilled dreams or lessons. By keeping these opinions to yourself, you allow your loved ones to write their own stories, free from the weight of your expectations. Finally, focusing on support rather than criticism can help you build a legacy of love and acceptance. The way you interact with your family members sets an example for how they will interact with others, including their own children. By modeling respect, understanding, and unconditional support, you create a positive ripple effect that extends beyond your immediate relationships. This legacy is one of the most meaningful gifts you can leave behind. In essence, while it's natural to have opinions about the lives of your family members, sharing them unsolicited can lead to tension, conflict, and strained relationships. By practicing restraint and focusing on support rather than criticism, you create an environment of mutual respect and understanding. This approach not only preserves the harmony within your family, but also allows your loved ones to thrive as they navigate their own unique paths. Choosing to listen, encourage, and uplift rather than judge or advise is a powerful way to strengthen your relationships and foster a legacy of love and acceptance. Your spouse's private matters are a sacred trust, and after 65, respecting that trust becomes even more crucial for maintaining a peaceful and harmonious life. Marriage is built on a foundation of mutual respect, loyalty, and confidentiality, and sharing your spouse's personal details, whether with family, friends, or others, can undermine that foundation. Even in the closest of families, certain aspects of your spouse's life are not yours to disclose. By honoring their privacy, you not only strengthen your relationship with your spouse, but also set a standard of respect and discretion that benefits everyone around you. One of the primary reasons to avoid sharing your spouse's private matters is to preserve the trust and intimacy that are the cornerstones of your marriage. When you share personal details about your spouse without their consent, it can make them feel betrayed or disrespected. For example, discussing their health issues, financial concerns, or personal struggles with others might leave them feeling exposed or vulnerable. This can create distance between you and erode the sense of safety and confidentiality that is essential for a strong partnership. By keeping their private matters confidential, you demonstrate your commitment to their well-being and reinforce the trust that binds you together. Another reason to be cautious about sharing your spouse's private matters is to avoid creating unnecessary tension or conflict within your family. Family dynamics can be complex, and sharing personal information about your spouse might lead to misunderstandings, judgments, or unsolicited advice. For instance, if you reveal details about your spouse's health or financial situation, it could lead to family members offering opinions or interventions that your spouse may not welcome. This can create an uncomfortable dynamic and strain relationships both within your marriage and with your extended family. By maintaining discretion, you protect your spouse from unwanted interference and ensure that your family interactions remain positive and supportive. Additionally, sharing your spouse's private matters can sometimes lead to unintended consequences, such as gossip or speculation. Once personal information is shared, it can quickly spread beyond your control, leading to rumors or misinterpretations. This can be particularly damaging if the information is sensitive or deeply personal. For example, if you discuss your spouse's struggles with mental health or a past mistake, it might lead to stigmatization or judgment from others. By keeping these matters private, you shield your spouse from potential harm and maintain their dignity. Moreover, respecting your spouse's privacy is a way of honoring their individuality and autonomy. Just as you have your own personal boundaries and private matters, so does your spouse. Sharing their information without their permission can feel like a violation of their independence and self-respect. By keeping their private matters confidential, you show that you value and respect their right to control their own narrative. This fosters a sense of equality and mutual respect in your relationship, which is essential for long-term harmony. It's also important to recognize that your spouse's private matters may not be yours to share because they involve other people or complex situations. For example, if your spouse is dealing with a family issue or a professional challenge, sharing details about it might affect others who are involved. By keeping these matters private, you avoid complicating the situation or causing unintended harm to others. This demonstrates your ability to navigate sensitive situations with care and consideration. Finally, maintaining confidentiality around your spouse's private matters sets a positive example for your family and others around you. It shows that you value loyalty, respect, and discretion in your relationships, qualities that are essential for building trust and fostering healthy connections. By modeling this behavior, you encourage others to do the same, creating a culture of respect and understanding within your family and community. In essence, your spouse's private matters are not yours to share, and respecting that boundary is essential for maintaining a strong and harmonious relationship. By honoring their privacy, you preserve the trust and intimacy that are the foundation of your marriage, protect them from unnecessary stress or interference, and set a standard of respect and discretion that benefits everyone around you. Choosing to keep their private matters confidential is a powerful way to demonstrate your love, loyalty, and commitment, ensuring that your relationship remains a source of peace and strength in your later years.